Hi, Neil here. Covers and Camo, your source for custom seat covers. Today with the 2024 Polaris Xpedition. It's an awesome looking set, bone croc for the insert, midnight croc trim. We're doing the install, showing you all the steps of how to get this installed. Let's do this. All right, so we're getting started on this install. Again, this is the 2024 Polaris Xpedition. You can see it's a molded high back bucket seat. So the headrest, non-removable, just kind of a molded portion up here for the headrest section. And it's kind of a tricky seat to do a seat cover for, actually, and to install as well. So we'll show you how to get this installed. It's really not too bad of an install. We're going to do this backrest portion first, and then the bottom. We'll show you that. I've already done the passenger side and part of the back seat, but show you most of the steps here on, well, all the steps that you need to get this install done. So we'll walk you through the full thing. So again, we're starting with the driver backrest right now. Here's the cover. We have a bone croc, so white croc insert, black croc for the trim. And you can choose whatever fabrics you want to do there from the list of fabrics. And install steps are going to be the same. We're going to open up, there's a little side Velcro right here on this outside portion of the seat. So we're going to open this up like this and just pull this over the top like this and pull this down. Now it will be helpful to slide the seat forward because it rests up against a bar on the back. So just slide that seat forward as you're getting started on this install here. Just going to kind of line things up like this and make sure that we run our hands over it to line it out. We have the American flag headrest logo on this one. Looking great, looking sharp. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that Velcro that I opened up on the outside, I'm just going to go ahead and close that up here and just start closing that up, because again, that's just to help you kind of get it over this wide section right here. Now what we'll want to do is the whole time as you're installing this, really run your hands over it to help it kind of just massage, is what I typically tell customers, just kind of massage over that seat to get things to conform down, get the seat cover to conform to the seat there. That always helps. All right, so how Polaris designed this seat is a little trickier than how they've done it on other seats. Is they have like this backrest is connected to like this bracket right here, and there's no access to the back side. So instead of doing straps or instead of doing Velcro that you can connect up, this is how it's been designed. And so there's this elastic right here. You're gonna see you can pull up on this. Okay, so you can see how I can pull up on that right there. Now, there is a factory J-clip down at the bottom. So this is connected. There's a J-clip right here in the center section, and that's connected. You can't push anything through that just because it's connected to the metal bracket. But what you can do is you can take these corners, and it's really these corners that are going to cap on and hold this onto place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this outside section right here, fold it inside out right here, and pull it this way. And then I'm going to pull up on that seat where it's loose. Again, the corners you can pull up on. The middle section, that's connected in with the J-clip, so you can't really pull up on that middle section. So I've capped that corner on right there, and just make sure I got it all the way on here. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is come over here and do the same thing. Turn that inside out, lift up on that cushion, in that corner cushion, lift up on that, and then tuck that around underneath like that. And I can just go back and just kind of finish tucking that in. And when you lift up that seat cushion, it will then go back and kind of compress against the bracket and hold that cover in like that. Unfortunately, there's no access to the back side of this seat, or else there would be like straps and some additional Velcro on the back side. But there's just this huge like plastic bracket on this seat here, so kind of a unique seat and just a unique install method. Get that on. Yeah, and I'll just keep working this over, just making sure I'm getting all that fabric kind of tucked in on those corners. And that's really, that's that backrest install right there, okay? So that'll, you just want to kind of let that sit in and kind of sit in right there. As you continue to ride, that will conform into your seat a little bit more. And it's those bottom corners, so you just wrap that around and cap that on those bottoms, these two bottom corners right there. And that's on. You're going to want to make sure that you pulled this down as much as you needed to right there. And again, just kind of massage over it like that. Get that on. Now what we're going to do is, and the back side, there's really nothing else to do on the back side. I'll show you that in a minute. It just pulls down. So here's the back side of this cover right here. Just comes down right here, and there really isn't any other attachment on, because again, there's this big like plastic casing on the back side of this seat with no access to get through right there. So this will just pull down right here and lay against it like that. And it's those front two corners with the elastic caps that just cap down on the front side right there. So you just pull those down. Pretty simple install on this backrest here. Here's a view of this side Velcro right here that attaches up. Stick that together. Just make sure that's pulled down right there. That's how it kind of comes around this section right here. And you can see here's these corners that I've pulled down and capped around. And that's then pushing down right there. And again, this section is what I was saying. Right here, you can pull up on that. But underneath the seat, down here, there is this J-clip. The fabric is clipped on to this bracket right here, and it doesn't allow for any access on the inside of that. So it's really these two corners where you just cap those two corners right there on the front side there. Okay, so now we're moving on to the driver bottom right here. So as you can see, this is the driver side bottom cover, or bottom seat that we're doing, and here's the cover that we're going to be putting on. Again, matching cover, bone croc, midnight croc, and looking good. We're going to open up these, if these draw cords are tied up on the outside, you're going to want to untie those. Okay, so get those opened up like that. Now you can see this one has a MOLLE pocket on it for gun storage or gear storage on the inside. Open that up, store your gear on the inside there. Nice. That is optional. You can do that if you want. But again, back to the install. Here is the draw cord around the outside, and you're going to see a single strap. Okay. Now again, very unique seat on this Xpedition compared to other seats that Polaris has designed in the past. So it's going to be a unique install. We're going to pull this over like this here. Now this strap right here is actually going to pass down a little slot. I'll show you here in a second where this slot is. But you're going to pass it down. There's a slot just a little bit bigger than this strap here, right in the center. Okay, and so we're going to pass this down that slot. Then I'll show you how we're going to pass that towards the front, because that's going to pass down the back, then it's going to go up towards the front, and then it's going to connect onto this buckle right here. You're going to go through the middle slot, then the outside slot, and then that's going to tighten that down. That's the bulk of what keeps the seat cover on, is that middle strap. And then there's going to be this draw cord around the outside, and I'll show you how to tie that up. And now though, I'm going to show you on where this little slot is located. So you can see down here, this is just below the backrest. There is right in the middle, there's this little slot right here. And that's where you can pass this strap down. So into that slot is where we're gonna, right in the center of the seat. So I've passed that strap down, we're gonna go to the back side now. We're on the back side now, and you're gonna see there's that little slot that was right in the middle. We pulled out the strap right here. And now what we're gonna do is this strap is gonna pass to the front of the seat. You're gonna pass it right through above this bar right here, but below this plastic seating area. So we're gonna take our strap and pass that towards the front, right in the middle of the seat. Again, there's like a little kind of area, a little slot there where it's open enough for you just to slide this towards the front. And then we're gonna go to the front and grab that strap. Here's a little better view with some better lighting inside here. You can see this is where you pass this strap through. There's a little bit of a indentation, slot going back right here. Again, that's where I pass this strap through towards the front, right here. That's that middle section, right in the middle section right there. Now we're up on the front side of the seat. You can see where this buckle is, and front side of the seat right here. We're coming in right here, and again, here's that slot right in the middle, right there. That's where I pass this strap up. And then I'm gonna go up to this buckle and put it through this buckle. And then after we put it through the buckle, we're actually gonna send it back towards the back again. Okay, so I have it attached onto the buckle. Again, I go through the middle slot first, then its outside slot next. That's how it grabs the teeth. It's like a one-way slot for it. So now I'm gonna pass this back towards the back again, because we're gonna go on the back side and finish pulling this tight, and this buckle will just kind of follow down into that slot right there and tighten up. So we're gonna go to the back side now. And yeah, this isn't tight all the way, it's just kind of loosely done, but it gave me enough to go through the buckle and then start it towards the back. So here's this strap that I've passed back now again, and I can tighten that up. But before you do that, I've noticed that it's a lot easier to tighten this up when the seat's in the far forward position, something with the positioning of the buckle. So just move that seat, jump in, slide that seat. Always sliding the seat is easier when you're actually weighted onto it. So sit in the seat, slide it forward, and then you can start tightening this down. So one thing I've noticed is as I'm tightening this on the back side with my right hand, it's helpful to take your left hand here and kind of compress down on the seat like that, and then tighten it up right there. And again, you don't want it to slide too far forward. Make sure this line is kind of still lining up towards the back right there. And that's looking pretty good right there. That just tightened that up right there. Now, what we're gonna do is take these sides, wrap these around the seat like that right there. Same thing over here. Cap that around like that. And now it's time to take these the draw cord, take this around and tie this up around the back. And to show you how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take this right here, and instead of going around the outside of the seatbelt like I normally do, it actually works better on this one. You go on the inside of the seatbelt right here with this cord right here. So we'll take that towards the back side right there, and then this one is just going to go straight around back. Now we're going to tie up this draw cord. Again, what you're going to do is, I actually found that it's better to go for this particular seat. Again, very unique seat, different style install for some of my other videos. I found it's better to go straight back like this against the back side of the seat and then tie this off right here. So to do that, I tied a noose in one side right here. We're going to come around with the other cord, come through it like this, and we're going to come up. And we're just below where the top seat cover is, like that. I'm going to pull this, and then I'm going to pinch it with one hand and then tie it off. And I found that I like it a little bit better right there, just where it's pulling the cover back. You could drop this underneath and just above the tracks like that to hide that. If you want to do that, that would work as well. Today I'm actually going to leave this one a little bit higher. Again, I just like the where the angle that it's pulling on the cover just seems to straighten things out a little bit better on the front there, but you could drop that below if you want to. Either way, principle's the same. Tie the noose, loop this through, pull this over, pinch it, and then tie it off. Okay, so I have that tied off now. Right here, I've trimmed the extra cord that I didn't need, just to clean that up a little bit. Again, here's that strap that I pulled through right there. Maybe I'll just tuck that up underneath like that, or you could just push that back around the side underneath there if you want. But that will be there underneath if you need to tighten it up in the future. You could have that pretty close and handy there. Now to finish this bottom seat out, make sure that after you tied up that string, you really roll this seat cover around. Sometimes it can get caught up here. So just make sure you're pushing that down so it's taking out extra slack there, here. And we're just working the cover around the seat right here. So here's this draw cord going around right here. So you can see that's why I like going right there. Again, you could drop this down below, and in the future I might do that, but it pulls this kind of straight back right there and just kind of straightens this side out a little bit better. And again, you can see that's about how taut I have it. Not super crazy tight, but tight enough just to pull that down nice and snug. Okay, again, very unique seat. So you can see this bar right here just comes in right here, so the cover has to kind of work around that. So a little bit tricky to get a seat cover on this one, but I think the pattern designer did a great job. And that's finished out right there. So that seat bottom is done. That's looking good there. That's all covered there. Backrest is done. Now it's time to move on to the rear seats back here. So solid backrest with a 60/40 bottom, and also this kind of like little cushion down there that we're gonna have a cover for. I will show you that as well. All right, so now we're on the back seat. Again, it's a solid backrest here, and this backrest does fold forward. There's gonna be a lever on the back, or a strap. You pull this strap right here. That's gonna fold that forward. That folds flat on the ADV, which is kind of a cool feature. And then the bottom is a 60/40 split. So there's a 40 section right here that comes up, and then 60 section right here. And what we're gonna do is there's also this cushion right down here. We're gonna get this cover on first. So here's the cover, just kind of this long, skinny cover right here. And I've capped this end down right here, and I'm gonna stretch it around like this, turn it inside out to start out, stretch it over, cap that right here. And there's some hemmed elastic, and the main thing with this piece here, you're gonna wanna just tuck this into the back side right here. And this had kind of a section with a Velcro tab on it, and I'm just pushing that around behind the seat. That Velcro tab's not actually hooking onto anything, it just gives it a little bit more thickness to push in. Also, the bottom has a spot where you can just kind of push this material into it, and it just holds it kind of tight right back there as you push that in. So we're going to push all of that in. Also, just make sure this material is all getting pushed down and around like that right here. So that's looking good there. Again, main thing is just pushing that into these sections underneath the seat. Like as this curves around on the bottom, there's a little bit of it's a J-clip that holds on the original upholstery, and we're just pushing that in right above the J-clip right there, and then that hugs it down. So that's looking good right there. Now we're gonna work on the backrest section. So I have the cover right here, and I'll pull this forward right here just so you can see. Here's my cover, and we're gonna take this underneath the seatbelt like this, stretch this out. We're gonna start to cap it at the top like this right here. There's a Velcro right here that will open up. That's gonna go around, connect that Velcro on the back there. There we go, turn that inside out and then just kind of work that around right there. So again, we're just kind of getting this all capped over. Pull this forward like this. Okay. And we'll cap the bottom. Yeah, we're working this around this bottom corner right there. We'll do the same thing over on this side. Okay, sweet. So that is how you get these bottoms. You really just need to keep working that around with your hands to get it to fully cap around that bottom corner on both sides. Right there, just keep working that down. It's gonna help smooth this out up here. Okay, so we got that cap there, and then we can pull this down. So again, we got these corners capped up right there. You can see here's one corner capped right there. Here's this other corner that's been capped up right there. And now we got this Velcro is attached right there. Okay, last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this section right here and this section right here. We're gonna stuff this into this right here. You just push that in. You can use a like a fiber stick tool, like a plastic tool like this, and push this in here. Okay, so I got that pushed in like that. You can go to the other side, do the same thing. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is if you have the Xpedition XP, not the ADV, then that will, this back seat is like really close to the back side of the cab. It doesn't have this enclosure back here, and it'll be installed the same way, except you can't still fold the seat down. And what you'll do is you'll take that, still cap it like that, tuck these sides in right there like I was showing, and reach that underneath here and cap that right here. So there's a close-up on that bottom corner. That's capped right there. Here's a close-up on this Velcro that's up right there. And there we go. We got that in now, like that. And now it's time to do the 60 section bottom. We've already done the 40 section over here. Now it's time to do the 60 section bottom, this seat right here. And we're gonna get the cover. The cover has 3 straps. We got 1, 2, a third strap right here. And then a draw cord around the outside as well. And we're gonna fit this over. Just like that. You need to push it on the inside of this hinge area. Okay, and then you need to pass these straps down to the back side. All 3 of them. And there's going to be these buckles up here, like that. And we need to take this buckle right here and take the strap, go through the buckle like this. Tighten that down here. Now we're going to take this draw cord here and get this tied up together. So I'm going to, and just like we did on the other side, I'm going to tie a noose in one side here. I'm going to go under these straps. You wouldn't have to do that, but it'll just hold that draw cord a little closer to the seat. Okay, now what I'm going to do is tie this off right here. Now, right as I'm getting it tightened up, I'll just check to make sure that it's pulling around where I want it and looking good. Getting the slack out. Okay, so I got that nice and tight where I want it. I'll finish tying this off right here. Okay, now what I'll do is just make sure the seat cover is conforming around on the seat, nice and tight. That's looking good. And again, do that massage technique where you just kind of run your hands over it, help it conform down to the seat there. And that's all looking good. Now you could do the trick here too, where you're pushing down and then tightening up those straps again as you compress down a little bit like this. So again, I was pushing with this hand, tightening with the other underneath right there. Okay, so that looks good there. We're in great shape on this. I'm gonna lift this up now. Here's our MOLLE gun pocket on the back here. That way we can store the sidearms and storage gear, you know, just gear storage on the back side inside these pockets. It's great to be able to have those as an option for you if you find value in that, being able to carry some additional gear back there. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just tie a loop around this. Now you could, if you decide that you don't want to have extra strap underneath here, you could just cut this off with some scissors. I'm just going to tie a big loop in it like that, just a big knot right there. Just kind of cleaning things up underneath here a little bit more. Okay, perfect. So that's all looking good. That's just perfect how we want it right there. Covers on. Back seat is all done at this point. So here's a finished look on that back seat cover. 60/40 bottom. Showed you how to get that on. There's that middle bar that we started with, and there's that backrest cover on right there as well. So good job on this install. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Happy to help. Thanks so much for watching. Again, this has been Neil here with Covers and Camo, your source for custom seat covers. We offer seat covers for trucks, Jeeps, cars, SUVs, and UTVs. So if you have a vehicle you're thinking about getting seat covers on, you need to jump over to coversandcamo.com. We look forward to helping you soon. Again, Neil here with Covers and Camo, your source for custom seat covers.